Welcome to Prodigal, the podcast, where we discuss inspiring stories of self-discovery and transformation. Join your host, Don Jackson, and his dynamic co-host, Big Sean, as they lead you through captivating conversations, all designed to ignite your spirit and broaden your horizons. Whether you're on a journey of personal growth or simply enjoy staying up to date on the latest in culture, you've made the right choice. Get ready to be inspired, entertained, and enlightened. This is Prodigal, the podcast.
Question. When this body quit metabolizing, what happened?
Oh, Lord, have mercy.
So, the exact answer is, and I got some other stuff right after that, but the exact answer is, I don't damn know. Ain't nobody been there, came back and told me.
Man, that's why I like you. You ain't afraid to say what the fuck you don't know.
No. There's no.
There you go.
Now, my best estimate based on the scientific and esoteric knowledge that we have available right now. Your consciousness is an energetic thought that's within you, that lives inside of this poverty suit that we call a body, right?
Mm-hmm.
When you die, when the body stops, because there's no such thing as death, it's just a transmutation of energy from one state to a next state, which has been a continuous process for all eternity of our knowledge, right?
Okay.
Your consciousness leaves this body. For most people, that consciousness is just going to disperse out and cease to exist as Sean. There's no more Sean. Now, there may be a core of your consciousness. That consciousness core may pull in other like energies, because what we do see in the energetic spectrum is that like energy comes and attaches itself to other like energy. And maybe that consciousness goes on to another realm, comes out as another person. It damn sure ain't gonna be a cow or a goat or a piece of grass, nothing like that. But for most people, that consciousness just gonna disperse and you will never be Sean again. Even if you came back as another consciousness and another human being, because of all the life experiences of that human being, it ain't Sean. What you have experienced can never be experienced again.
Somebody else's, yeah.
It's somebody totally.
I believe.
Now, I do think, this is a guess, that if we raise our consciousness up to a higher level, that when we leave this body, that consciousness can stay intact. And if it can stay intact, then it can manifest whatever the hell level of existence that it's prepared itself for on some other dimensional plane of existence. That's the most remote possibility. But most likely, your shit just gonna disperse.
Bro, I got a question. So remember earlier you said that you got looked at starting at the age of 9 because of the questions that you start having in and around the church.
Mm-hmm.
So around 9 for myself, I had the same question. You start asking questions. And one of the questions that I carry on to this day, and now that Don has brought you into this platform and it just, brightened my whole horizon and enlightened me on a whole lot of things, I want to ask you this one thing because I believe you have an answer for me. And it is simple. Out of all the 12 folks that was sitting around the table with Jesus on that Last Supper, and everybody we know was wealthy who was at that dinner, correct?
Mm-hmm.
They assumed to be some wealth. Okay.
Right.
So I want to know, when Jesus died, what happened to them mothers? Because you ain't heard nothing else from neither one of them, and can't nobody tell me where not now one of them is buried. Where not one of them's family, son, daughter, wife, husband, whatever. Can't nobody tell me where them Negroes is buried. I just want to know. And ain't nobody been related to them? And all this time, just imagine if I was Peter's great times 1700 nephew. Do you know how rich I would be? And I'm just saying, ain't nobody can to nobody that was in the Bible. With Google and 23andMe and all the shit we got out here. Just saying. And I ain't trying to start no problem this close to Easter, but I just want to know, and because your black ass, Mr. Cowboy himself, the Buffalo Soldier, is up here with us, please help me, sir, to help me where I can have a better kinetic energy amongst myself and not thinking that I am crazy as hell.
Well, I can't help you with the crazy as hell part because I think you got that on lock, right?
Oh,
but,
Lord.
But two ways of thinking about this.
Damn.
The simplest and most direct answer is none of them existed. So, therefore, you are not going to find a grave, or you're not.
Oh my God!
Nor will you find a family lineage.
We gonna ruin this bitch. Hey, ain't now you tell me
Never
that ain't none of them 12 niggas leaning over Jesus' shoulder. Oh my Lord!
Wait a minute, child. It's deeper than that.
Lord.
You're going to get the esoteric people who are going to come up and they're going to say, well, each one of the disciples represents one of the 12 zodiacs and Jesus was the sun. And so they're going to go into all this bullshit. But the zodiacs is a bunch of bullshit as well. All right. It doesn't mean anything. They are literary characters that were added to the story to give it that kind of thought process of 12, because 12 is popular. The Egyptians, Hebrew, had 12 followers. Dionysus had 12 followers. And yes, a lot of it was representing the 12 zodiacs. So Jesus then got to have 12 as well. There's 12 months of the year, so we got to have 12. And Jesus represents, 13 months of the year, got to have 12. Jesus represents the 13. So you got to have all this bullshit. So the books are going to be written to imply those things, but none of these people existed. Let me put it like this. It wasn't until 180, when Irenaeus named the books Mark, Matthew, Luke, and John.
So you ain't tell me none of them fools existed. So no. Peter didn't exist either.
Nah.
That you tell me, oh my goodness.
Where the Catholic Church uses the term that, when Jesus said, upon this rock I will build my church, right?
Okay.
When in that same verse, when the Jesus character is referring to Peter as a proper name, is Petros. But when he says, upon this rock I will build my church, he uses the term Petra. Petra means small stones, talk about inanimate objects, and is not referring to the actual person. But they took that, manipulated it, massaged it, gave the doctrine, and said Peter now is the first pope. The first pope was actually Peter. That's a tradition. That's not a reality. There's actually no lineage or paperwork or ceremonious situation where Peter was the pope and then Peter, then the next pope and the next pope and the next pope. They made up the history of the pope, the papacy, in order to connect it to Peter. None of these people can be proven to exist because they didn't exist.
Well, there you have it, Sean.
Yeah. Now, if you go by the literature.
All my life, I just been wanting to know where these Negroes buried at. Ain't nobody said they kin to them or nothing.
Well, see,
and I guess that explains it for real.
And see,
and that just crushed my childhood thing. I used to always say, if I had a character that I was more like in the Bible, I always say I'm more like Peter, only because Peter cussed. And he still loved God. But that's all I know about Peter. And Peter would fight. You know what I'm saying? Jesus, come on, let's whoop this fool's head,
And if you read more, and then if you go by the literature, then all of them did different things. Like Thomas supposedly went out to Mesopotamia and then out to India. Mark went to Egypt. Peter actually went to Rome and got into a magic fight with this other dude named Simon. And they actually called the dude to fall and break his neck when he was up in the sky flying. Yeah. So according to the literature, Peter probably was in Rome, and then he supposedly was crucified upside down.
And I didn't know how they was flying. Did they have wings?
Nah, magic, man.
Oh, so you know that give me. So have you? I'm quite sure you familiar with Wakanda. So Wakanda Forever. Yeah. So did you see Wakanda 2? You know,
of course.
When this fool come flying out the damn water with the fins on his feet and shit.
Yeah.
That's
okay.
Yeah,
you talking about Namor.
I get it.
Let me show you how deep that. Let me show you how deep that go. That's a whole bunch of comic books on my wall.
Love it. Love it.
Don, wrap us up, baby. Let's get out of here, man.
That's right. Man, I tell you, we could talk for another 2 hours, but once again, we want to be respectful to your time as well as our listeners. But we definitely want to bring you back, Coach Renz.
Of course.
Your level of knowledge and practicality, you can break it down to the common core where the layman can digest it. And that's what I love about you. You can break it down. You're not coming from just book knowledge. You're coming from some real scholarship.
Thank you.
That you teach yourself. You're not coming on what so-and-so said, this one said. You have the research yourself on the things that you teach. And I just commend you, my brother, to continue to do what you do. You are a beacon, a light out here in the world, especially in the conscious community, deconstructing folks one person at a time. So how can everyone get a hold of you once again on Facebook, Deconstructing Christianity, as well as YouTube?
Yep. Yes.
And
Instagram.
All your socials is the same?
Yeah, all my socials are the same, Deconstructing Christianity. Now on YouTube, if you type in Coach Renz, which is Renz 33, it comes up a little bit faster. But yeah, Deconstructing Christianity, you looked it up, you'll be able to find me. And, subscribe to the channel, follow, like, become a member, subscription holder on Facebook. You gotta, what that thing say, leave the church and finding God,
Yes, sir.
So, you want to support those channels. You want to support this channel, and you want to also support my channel. And I don't know if Sean has a channel. But yes.
Absolutely. We want to definitely, guys, go support him. He's doing a fantastic job. But of course, it does cost to keep the lights on. It costs to produce shows. We're not asking for your tithes. Over here, we don't believe in tithes. We don't believe God even needs your money.
Hold on a second, Doc. Close them doors.
But you do want to sow into good ground, something that is helping you. You want to support it, and that's how we spread the news.
You got dang
once
right.
again.
They need to get come up off that cash. Come up off that cash.
Come off that cash.
I done had the ushers close the doors, so ain't nobody moving. Ain't nobody leaving this motherfucker.
And the thing about it, I like being real with people. I tell them straight up, look, if you send me some money through Cash App, I'm buying. I usually on my lives and a lot of my videos, I smoke cigars. I tell them straight up, if you give money today, it's going to cigars. I'm going to buy some cigars with it. There's no, if you give money, you're going to get this overpouring and your cup going to wash over. No, if you want this information to continue to flow, if you still want to grow, if you find that it has value, like everybody who's listening right now, if you find value in what the Prodigal podcast is doing, then support it, because this takes a lot of time, effort, it takes equipment, it takes editing, it takes people. So don't look for things for free, because if you only look for free, you got to get the value of free. So support this podcast, because it's bringing something to you, and you'll pay for everything else that brings you value. So you need to pay for this one. You need to support this channel as well.
Right.
Any closing words, Mr. Sean?
Yeah, I do. I just want to say, Coach Renz, I really appreciate you, brother. And I'm serious. I consider it to be an honor to be able to sit down and actually talk to you. I believe that, I'm gonna speak some words over your life. I believe that you are really getting ready to be effective and be a beacon for, a lot of people to follow and finding themselves on their new journeys. And I appreciate that. And I'm getting ready to log on and join you on your YouTube channel right now. I'm going to be one of your new followers.
Appreciate
I'm
it.
tell everybody I know, and everybody besides people that see this podcast. But yeah, I'm getting ready to tell them, hey, that's the dude that was talking about, we got 5 different Jesuses, and
Expect on that part.
I just want to thank you, sir, for making me rich. Oh, you gonna make us rich because we get ready to go viral.
Yes, sir.
They used to say world star.
Five Jesus,
viral.
All right. Well, ladies and gentlemen, you've been listening to Prodigal, the podcast. I'm your host, Don Jackson, my co-host,
I'm
Big Sean, and
Hey.
Coach. Man, we want to thank you.
Yes, we do.
Peace and good night.
Thank you for tuning in to Prodigal, the podcast. We hope today's episode inspired you to embrace your own journey of self-discovery and transformation. Don't forget to follow us on social media and subscribe to the podcast so you never miss an episode. Join us again next time as we continue to explore the ever-evolving world of culture with your hosts, Don Jackson and Big Sean. Until then, keep discovering, keep transforming, and keep being the amazing person you are.